How would AJ Styles react to defending the WWE Championship in a Fatal 5-Way? I'll tell you as WGS-TV reviews SmackDown Live for the week of February 20th, 2018. Hey YouTube, are you ready for your hot tag? Because if you are, it's definitely time to work.
I am the Rocket, and you're watching WGS-TV.
What's up guys, I'm the Russell Gamer. Welcome back to another episode of WGS-TV right here on youtube.com/RussellGamer. Over the past several weeks, to me, SmackDown Live has felt like they've been all over the place, except for one constant storyline involving Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and the WWE Championship. WWE also pulled what I believe to be a dumb move when it came to the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match they set up for Fastlane. What was that dumb move? Well, let's talk about SmackDown Live. SmackDown Live would kick off with Renee Young interviewing the phenomenal AJ Styles about his upcoming title defense in the Fatal 5-Way. Styles would describe one scenario being that he would love to put Kevin Owens through the announcer's table, but at the same time Dolph Ziggler could be pinning Sami Zayn and he would no longer be WWE Champion. Then another scenario being that he would love to ram Sami Zayn's face into the steel steps, but at the same time Dolph Ziggler could be pinning Owens and he would no longer be WWE Champion. And he doesn't discredit Ziggler because he's the show-off, but he's not phenomenal. Flair and Corbin would come out and cut a promo pretty much describing the scenario Styles already mentioned, but putting his name in instead of Ziggler's. Flair and Corbin also go on to make the analogy that AJ Styles was an athlete, but he was a fighter. Kevin Owens would also be the next person to come out, and Styles would make a joke about Owens having a boil named Sami Zayn off his back. Owens would blame Zayn for the situation, saying that last week he had all night to prepare for Ziggler and failed, and that if the roles were reversed, that Corbin would still be on the ground. Finally, Shane McMahon came out and made two matches, the main event of Baron Corbin vs AJ Styles, and the opening match being Kevin Owens taking on Dolph Ziggler. Personal opinion, nice opening to SmackDown Live, gonna go 3 out of 5. As for that match, it was quite enjoyable to watch and a nice way to start the show. Ziggler looks in fantastic shape for being gone off WWE television for 7 weeks, and I guess somebody got a haircut. One exchange I particularly liked was their exchange off the top rope. Owens was up top. Ziggler went up twice to take Owens down, but would end up going down by himself. Owens attempted a senton bomb, but Ziggler would counter that with getting his knees up and hit the zigzag, but would not get the win. The finish of the match went down like this. Ziggler had Owens on the ropes until we heard Sami Zayn's music and saw Sami running down to the ring, which distracted Ziggler, allowing Owens to hit a super kick to pick up the win. Personal opinion, a great match, and not at all surprised to see Zayn run interference because it's something we're accustomed to seeing. 3 out of 5. Jinder Mahal claimed to have a big secret on Bobby Roode and claimed it to be his top 10 list, and at the top was Roode's own name, which was against the rules. Mahal would also mention of the fact that the list he claimed to be Roode's list, that Randy Orton's name was not on the list, and would once again this week would attempt to pit Randy Orton and Bobby Roode against each other. Roode would come out and respond by saying that it wasn't his list, and more importantly, Mahal couldn't make anyone's top 10 list, and that more importantly, that Mahal wanted to be United States Champion. Mahal kept pushing the issue, wanting Roode to come clean and say that he was better than him, that him being Randy Orton, and that he was afraid of Orton. Roode responded by saying that he wasn't afraid of him, and to forget about Orton, that is, until the Viper made his presence known, got in the face of Roode, and then attacked Mahal. Roode clotheslined him out of the ring, and Orton would attempt an RKO on Roode, but it was quickly countered into the glorious DDT. As Roode was celebrating, Mahal would come from behind and hit the Colossus, once again being the last man standing. Personal opinion, I was half expecting them to announce a triple threat match for the United States title for Fastlane, but instead of that, it was Roode versus Orton, so I can say with a 95% probability that Mahal will be involved in that match somehow. A good promo regardless. 3.25 out of 5. Up next, it was a 6-woman tag team match as it was Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Naomi taking on the Riott Squad. Over the past several weeks, we've seen quite the rivalry developing with the SmackDown Women's Championship and the Squad, as for the past 2 weeks, Charlotte's defeated Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan in singles competition and boasted that there were 2 down and 1 to go. After the loss last week, Riott laid down the challenge for the 6-woman tag team match, thus this match was set up. The finish of the match will go down like this. After a couple of Bexploders, which is the Exploder Suplex by Becky Lynch, and the Disarmer, Morgan would break up the submission attempt only to get a massive T-bone suplex from Charlotte. Sarah Logan would hit a Daniel Bryan-like knee on Naomi, but would find herself getting taken out by Becky Lynch, only to leave herself open to Riott, who picked up the win with the Riott kick. Personal opinion, for once there was a good storyline using the women on SmackDown Live. After the match on social media, Charlotte laid down a challenge to Riott, who responded by saying she would only accept if she put the title on the line and Fastlane, and it has been confirmed that Charlotte will defend the SmackDown Women's Championship at Fastlane against Ruby Riott. Question is, could WWE put the title on her? 3 out of 5. Up next, it was a rematch from last week as the New Day took on American Alpha 2.0, Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, with the winners going on to face the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. So yeah, WWE, screw the build you were doing with the Usos and the Bludgeon Brothers. Just pretend it never happened. WWE creative logic, I suppose. That is, if you can call it that. Anyway, to the match. At one point, Benjamin and Gable hit their powerbomb clothesline finish on Big E, but Kofi distracted the referee, which gave Big E enough time to recover and kick out. While Benjamin and Gable were complaining to the referee, Big E gave the hot tag to Woods, who took out Gable and then hit a Shining Wizard on Benjamin to pick up the win, as it will now be the New Day challenging the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, but before they could celebrate, out would come the Bludgeon Brothers to stare down the New Day. Personal opinion? So WWE teases a build with the Usos and the Bludgeon Brothers. So, instead of going with that, put the New Day in there. Makes perfect sense. Oh wait, it doesn't. 3 out of 5. The Bludgeon Brothers once again annihilated a couple of jobbers. Personal opinion? Do I need to repeat myself? 3.05 out of 5. Main event this week was Baron Corbin taking on AJ Styles. With Baron Corbin, he falls into that category of wrestlers, yes, I know that's a word, that word is taboo in WWE, of having a character that people hate, but is still good in the ring, and Corbin is still good in the ring. One spot I really liked was Corbin tossing Styles over the commentary table, only to have Styles catch himself and get right back in the ring and hit a phenomenal forearm, but it wasn't enough to keep Corbin down. Styles even locked the calf crusher on Corbin, but Corbin would slam Styles' head to the mat to release the hold. The finish of the match was Styles hitting a second phenomenal forearm on Corbin to pick up the win, but before Styles could celebrate his win, Owens and Zayn would come out and jump the WWE Champion. However, they both forgot about Corbin, who took them both out with the end of days to both of them. Personal opinion? Great main event and a nice finish. It was unique to finish out the show, making both Styles and Corbin look strong. Even though Corbin lost the match, having him stand over Owens and Zayn looking strong was a nice touch. 3.5 out of 5. Time for overall score and thoughts. SmackDown Live is slowly putting together their Fastlane pay-per-view as their SmackDown Tag Team Championship and SmackDown Women's Championship matches were announced, although I disagree with how the SmackDown Tag Team title match was made. If the Bludgeon Brothers don't get involved in one way, shape, or form, then what was the point of the build and the standoffs they've had over the past several weeks? Overall score of SmackDown Live this week gets a 3 out of 5, with best match of the night going to Corbin vs. Styles, with worst segment going to the New Day getting the title shot. And don't take that out of context. I've already explained in this video why I feel the way I do about this. New Day isn't bad, but the Bludgeon Brothers were having the confrontations and the standoffs with the Usos, not the New Day. Anyway, guys, that's been my thoughts on SmackDown Live this week. Well, I want to know from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on SmackDown Live. What are your scores? What are your thoughts on SmackDown Live? I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, be sure you slam that like button like a champion. If you guys want to see more wrestling talk with awesome gameplays, you know the two ways you got to do it. You got to leg drop the subscribe button and ring the bell to turn on notifications, so that way you guys will never miss out on another video right here on my channel. So with that being said, I'm your friendly neighborhood wrestling gamer, reminding all of you guys out there to stay awesome. Bye, guys.